Yeah, so apparently this is common for most places because they'll claim that the sink water is clean. And I know like even some restaurants offer like tap water and stuff like that because technically like some of it is clean, right? But I feel like in general I've just never trusted tap water. I feel like there's always low key some kind of weird chemicals in there, or it's just like dirtier than regular bottled water or whatever, right? But it was the easiest thing to do at a daycare because if the kids are thirsty, you just give them a cup and tell them to like, fill up the cup or whatever, or it's like easy to fill their water bottles with it. Um, but it got to the point where I think we had like one of the like rich type of parents complained, and they were like, because I think they saw a teacher filling up the kid's water bottle with the sink water, and they were like what are you doing, like, and then the teacher was like, filling up their water bottle, what do you mean? And the parent was like, y'all use sink water? And then I think like they complained to management, and management was like, oh well, okay. And they, who knows, the parent probably threatened to tell other people, right? So I know management, they got like a little Brita filters or whatever to filter the water with, but I feel like even those filters don't really work that much better because I tasted it from the filter and that shit still tasted like sink water. But the kids didn't complain, right? um so we had to give them that water. And then I think there was one time we had like a water issue to where the pipes like stopped working, or like there was green stuff coming out of one of the sinks. So then like all I remember was like management like rushed into our room, and they were like, turn the water off, don't use the water. And I was like, what do you mean? Like the kids are about to wash their hands for lunch. And she was like, yeah, don't give them water, don't let them drink the water. And I was like, oh, okay. So then she went out there, and then they kept washing their hands because we're about to have lunch. Like I don't want to have the kids just eating food with their dirty hands, right? So then they come in again to like look at the water, and they were like, no, don't even wash your hands with the water, don't touch the water. I'm like, huh? And then she gave me like a bottle of hand sanitizer to use, and I was like this is just another thing for me to do now. I gotta like keep track of each kid and washing their hands and give them hand sanitizer. Okay. So I had to give them hand sanitizer because I couldn't use a sink. And then they didn't want us to turn the pipes on at all, and then I guess they contacted the city, and the city was like, yeah, it'll clear up soon, just flush your toilets or something. And then we were flushing the toilets, they had like the pipe running for 10 minutes, blah blah blah. And then they sent out a message, and they're like, okay, the water is all clear to use. But like they never really told us what was wrong with the water, if there was like chemicals in it, if it was contaminated. They never told us, right? And then they never sent out a message to the parents either. And me personally, I'm a snitch, and I don't really give a fuck because I would want to know if my kid is drinking some fucking contaminated water. So I was telling parents, and I was like, yeah, like our sink wasn't working, they told us not to use the water. Like, how you say things like without really saying it. And then of course the parents are like, oh, okay, like that's questionable, but thanks for telling me. And I was like, yeah, bro, because the daycare don't want to tell people stuff. And that's what I hate, because all these daycares, they're just like money hungry, and they don't necessarily care about the kids or the parents.